Hi there, this is Candace again, and I just wanted to revisit the Timeline of World History by The Thinking Tree, author Sarah Brown. I went and emailed Sarah about what kind of, how she spaces out these time periods in this book, because something I struggle with as someone who's extremely type A is trying to pre-plan something like this. So it was kind of daunting to me. So I did contact her, and so she gave me some general guidelines I thought I'd share with you. She basically starts at year 5000 BC and then goes every 200 to 500 years all the way until 1700 BC, and that's per 2-page spread. So there's 1700, and then when she gets to 1700, she starts going every 50 years. So she goes every 50 years, and what I did is once I got to 1700 AD, because we have some family history back with the Mayflower, which of course is after that, but we have some family history going back into the 1800s. So I thought that would be kind of a fun thing. I made it so it was only 20 years. Just so I could add some family history, and we could add some, just maybe a little bit more detailed history in there. So, and then once we get to the 1900s, then we do by decade, every decade. 1910, the 20s, the 30s. And like I said, that's per 2-page spread. So really it's, 1930, somewhere 1935, 40, 45. So you could hit, a lot of more detail. And so then I actually did every decade until we were married in 2005. And so I did it 2005, and then I jumped to 2008, which is when our son was born. So from 2008 then, she talks about doing like family history then once you get to a more modern time. And so I just did every single year. We'll just do new pages about world events, just kind of keep it synopsis of world events and such. So that leaves you quite a bit of space still. So you could make it even more detailed than that. But that's where this brings us, is right here. We could even make some more detailed, if we had a big year, like 2014, our daughter was born, so if we wanted to make a bigger year out of it, maybe we could add some more pages. And I kind of put these dates like right in here. I'll end up probably putting parentheses around them just as approximations of what years I was aiming for, because the reason I asked Sarah about this was because in the curriculum that we use, which is My Father's World, we're doing American history this year. So if we're doing American history, kind of where is that in this book? So because we're not doing ancient history yet, we're going to do that next year. So that's why I needed some kind of guideline, because I'm a little bit too type A to just kind of do it willy-nilly. So okay, so here's what we ended up doing. And as My Father's World users, one of the biggest questions I mentioned this last video I see is, what do we do about the timeline? Well, this is an awesome solution, because here it is right here, and like I said, you can even make it more detailed. That only uses up about 2/3 to 3/4 of the book. So, I mean, you can make it even more detailed. My Father's World users, a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't have enough space in my house to do like a timeline, wall-to-wall timeline." And so, a book would be an awesome way to do it. The way I was doing it was taking cardstock and taping it back to back to back with like packaging tape, and that was great. But eventually, that was going to be way larger than this book. So, I mean, this book is about an inch thick. So what I was doing was going to end up being just humongous. So this is an awesome tool for us. I'm really excited to get to use it as we go on about our history curriculum. Thank you.